Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. The NFL draft somehow just got a lot more interesting for San Francisco 49er fans. There has been some wild stuff that has just hit the timeline in the last 5 to 10 minutes, and it is involving these two players, Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk. Now, we have all known, and it's become crystal clear that the San Francisco 49ers have been open to having trade conversations around Brandon Aiyuk. This first report came out from Mike Silver saying, in the course of trade conversations about Brandon Aiyuk, numerous teams are inquiring about fellow 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel's availability. The 49ers would likely have to be blown away by the offer to make that move. Fluid situation, though, Mike Silver writes. And again, this is crazy because Mike Silver, a part of the article that kind of clued in everyone that, yeah, the 49ers might actually trade Brandon Aiyuk. They're having conversations. They have a request for what they want. Like, this might actually happen. He also said that Deebo Samuel has been assured by his bosses that he's not going to be traded. However, teams are reportedly asking about the availability of Deebo Samuel. And then right on the back of that Mike Silver tweet, we get a bomb from Deanna Rossini of The Athletic. The 49ers have had conversations with teams, including with one picking in the top 10, about trading either their prized wide receivers, Brandon Aiyuk or Deebo Samuel, in an effort to move up in the first round, per sources. Woo-hoo-hoo! Boy, it is starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. Could both Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk be on the block? Like, I thought it was super interesting that Mike Silver, first of all, went out of his way to say that Deebo's assured that he wasn't going to get traded. And it's like, well, now look at this. It's like, apparently the San Francisco 49ers are very interested in moving up into the draft to select someone. First of all, who would they be interested to move up and get? If they're trading Deebo or they're trading Brandon Aiyuk to move up potentially into the top 10, would it have to be a wide receiver potentially? Like try to get a Odunze or Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas potentially? Who are they going to go after? But nonetheless, it is fascinating to hear that these two players, one of them could be traded tonight. That's crazy. That is crazy. So basically, get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. This first round could be epic for the San Francisco 49ers. It sounds like all things are on the table right now for the 49ers. Again, we had been talking about it. There has been so much smoke about the San Francisco 49ers taking a wide receiver at 31, and it's just been like, why? Why are all these insiders talking about wide receiver at 31? And the more and the more the smoke comes out, it appears that maybe these two guys could be had via a trade. This is, I'm very curious. Like, how would you feel to trade either one of these guys? Deebo Samuel being traded, Brandon Aiyuk being traded. This is a pretty big report here by both Deanna Rossini and Mike Silver. And I know Deanna Rossini's plugged into the 49ers. She's been on top of she was on top of the Eric Armstead stuff. So I believe her for sure. This is wild. Who would they get? Who would they get in the top 10, top 15? That's Troy Fautanu range. Would they trade a wide receiver for an offensive lineman? Would they try to get a Brock Bowers? Would they try to get a Jared Verse, Jerry Newton, a JC Latham, a Fuaga, a Byron Murphy? Man, that would be insane because the 49ers would have so many options in front of them in order to get a deal done. So the question becomes now is, does this happen? What else would have to be given up in order to facilitate this trade? We knew Deebo Samuel potentially could have got traded back in 2021 by the Jets, or the Jets were in. They had offered a top 10 pick for Deebo Samuel, but they wanted the second in return. The 49ers picked at 61 at the time and Deebo. And the 49ers ultimately said, no, it's too much. It's too much. We'll give you Deebo for a top 10, but we're not going to give you 61 on top of it. So that killed the deal, and the rest is history. We know the 49ers ultimately, kept Deebo. They signed Deebo to the big time contract extension. But man, could they trade him tonight? Could they trade Aiyuk tonight? It sounds like they're serious. Like, it sounds like they are serious, very, 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 very serious about trading one of these guys. Is it going to happen, man? Oh my goodness. I don't know how to feel about this situation. I don't. We've been talking about it for so long. So many people have yelled at me for even trying to discuss the topic. And yet here we are. Not only is it very real that Brandon Aiyuk could get traded, but apparently there's a market developing for Deebo Samuel as well. So would the 49ers move off either one of these guys? Who would it make more sense to move off of? Would it make sense to move off Deebo Samuel and keep Brandon Aiyuk? Or would it make sense to keep Deebo and move Brandon Aiyuk instead? Or would it make sense to move both of them? Could you imagine that? Oh my gosh. Could you imagine a scenario where they traded both Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk on the same night? Dude, we got a big time draft coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that might be a good time to plug. I'm going to be doing a watch party. You want to come watch the fireworks and all react to this situation? Let's do it, because this is nuts. At this point, I'm just here for the ride. I'm waiting to see what is going to happen. Are these two guys going to get traded? Is either one of them going to get traded? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.